Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Killer Collab Podcast. As always, my name is Tone Deaf of Florida, Tony D. I'm joined to my far left, that's Chris Lato from Reaper Films.
Howdy, howdy.
What's up, dude? Good? Long time no see.
Yeah, my voice is a little
Far
crunchy.
left.
Far left.
My voice is a little crunchy. I went to a party Saturday with like a lot of people, and you talk loud.
Oh, good. So
What did it end at, like 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
What did it end, like
Yeah.
8 o'clock at night?
No, it ended at... I got home at like 1 in the morning, actually.
Do we call bingo parties now?
Yeah.
And to my other left, we have Joe Davison.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Everyone.
Hello, how are you?
Out there in land of listening.
The land of lands?
Land of land.
Yeah.
Land.
Land.
Larry's land.
Land. You are so high right now.
You're high.
I wish.
All right.
You don't share.
Bullshit. You say no. I'm a loser.
Well, I have edibles.
And then you run away and cry.
I don't cry sometimes. But sometimes your stuff's too potent.
Yo, that's what my wife says. That's why we got 4 kids.
Yeah.
We're here all week.
Actually, just once a week. But anyway, we have guests in the studio. AJ Constantino.
Hey there. I don't
And
know which one to wave at.
the one right
All
for
of
you.
them. Wave at all of them.
And D'Angelo Marrero.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's
Whoa, listen to that voice, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's just smooth.
Like
It's
silk.
Hey
Get it
guys, what's
done.
going on? Listen.
How you doing?
I've been told.
You get
Yeah,
a lot of
I
ass
feel like
with
it's
that
smooth
voice,
now.
Word.
We're
That's why
listening to,
anytime
like-
we have to record some kind of voiceover, I always put him in, and he's,
Ah.
I don't know.
when I was growing
Why?
up, listen to the radio. They had Sunday Night Thunderstorm, and it was a voice like that, and it was like all R&B stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you listen to the Thunderstorm.
That's a panty
like
dropper voice right
Hey,
there.
Yeah.
baby.
Up next.
It's like Key Sweat Radio.
Right. Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
you guys made a movie. What is that movie?
Oh shit.
Yeah, gentlemen, I'm talking to you guys on the couch.
Me? Oh,
Two guys
yeah.
on the couch.
So, yeah, we made a movie called Black Forest.
Black Forest. I'm going to link that in the description below, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, Black Forest. And also, if anyone's in the Tampa area, it's playing in a film festival around here. So,
What's
Which
the
one?
festival?
Sunscreen,
Nice.
Nice.
April 30th.
That's a big deal, actually.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, Sunscreen's a big festival.
That's where we premiered Crazy Lake.
Yeah, I've played all my movies there.
Really?
And Tampa Film Network. Yeah, film festival. No,
That's dope.
Gasparilla. Fuck.
You are so high.
Shush.
That's awesome. It's in St. Pete.
Yeah?
Yes.
What is it, April
Saturday?
30th?
April 30th, yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
You made
Very good.
Crazy Lake?
Yeah.
I might have been at that premiere. Was it in St.
Really?
Pete?
Yep. In 2015,
Like
16.
16. Oh, I was there.
2016.
I was there.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I
Did
was.
you like it?
Yeah.
Good.
Look at that. Look at
We
that.
made.
Hey, small world.
Very small. He's one of the 5 people that saw that movie.
Shit, that theater. We had 2 theaters packed.
You came to the after party.
Yeah. Is that when we went to
Wow.
the
Yeah.
German
Opera
restaurant?
House.
Yeah, the German restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a packed house in one theater, and they opened another theater just because there were so many fucking people that wanted to come.
Fuck yeah.
So it was cool.
Fuck
That-
yeah.
The with
Yeah, that's-
Marv.
I'm sure I had
Marv
nothing
was
to
in
do with
Yeah,
it. It was all
Marvin.
about all the other people involved.
Yeah, Marvin was in it.
And Marvin Laviolette.
Yeah.
Nice.
What,
Marvin's a good dude. I like
Sounds
Marvin.
like a hockey
remember
player.
his
I know, right?
name.
He's got a wicked slap shot.
Yeah.
So look at those connections.
No,
Wicked pizza.
we're having a side conversation.
You guys are over here all like, you're trying to remember your past.
Yeah.
He's like, remember Bobby, the guy with the thing in his shirt?
You wore that hat that one day. You wore that hat.
Guys,
How
come
do you
on.
know Marvin?
He's a friend of a friend. My good friend Linda is
He's with us.
friends with him. So.
Yeah.
Very mafia
Very
answer.
good.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
He's with me.
I know a
I
guy.
can't talk about my sources.
Yeah. Well,
So tell us a little bit about the movie.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. It's a romance horror.
Romance horror.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a horror movie. It's found footage. Basically like a Blair Witch inspired, along with some other inspirations like The Shining.
Yeah,
AJ wrote it.
Okay.
and the idea was, you have Blair Witch, you have Paranormal Activity, found footage movies. Like,
Yep.
It was the trend, but like the idea was kind of like, well, who finds the footage? It's found footage.
Yeah.
So the movie follows a couple, and they're hiking through the woods, and they find a camera, and they're like, "What's this?" And as they start watching the footage, the found footage, the things in the kind of found footage storyline keeps on bleeding into the real life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of half found footage, half regular movie,
That's cool.
and kind of
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Me and Tony made a found footage movie once.
We did.
That's so great.
I think
It's
only
called Finding Love.
How did you guys shoot it? Did you shoot the found footage with like a phone or people holding the camera?
Like a high
Like, how did
eight?
you do
a
it?
handy cam.
Like a 8mm?
no, we used the same camera, but the idea was he was a vlogger,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so he had a
What
better
kind-
setup, and
What kind of camera was it?
It's Sony A7S2.
so a
Okay.
DSLR.
Yeah,
So
that's what you use.
That's what we shot Naked Cannibal Campers on.
Yeah.
Damn, you're just like naming all your movies today.
I know, right?
I gotta pitch it. I got one coming out, man. I gotta
Yeah.
start.
You did a movie? Holy shit!
Yeah.
What a
A cheerleader sleepover slaughter.
Sleepover
Actually-
Slaughter.
I finished the rough edit
You're a rough at it.
this morning. Actually, I got
Smells like a
2 scenes that we shot Sunday still, but pretty much ready to go.
Well, you just finished. So
Sick. We're all making movies. Let's
Yeah.
go.
That's what we do here.
Yeah.
that is what. Yeah.
Is it,
That is.
man?
I mean,
No.
Joe does stuff
he does
here
stuff.
and there.
Joe, what have you done lately?
Nothing.
That's. If you guys didn't know, he was on Stranger Things. He did a couple movies. Well, a couple local movies.
Movies.
He did a couple
Well,
movies.
you got 10, right?
That's a couple. That's a couple.
How many you got?
That I made?
More than
You were on Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you do on Stranger Things?
Nothing. They just had me stand in a corner for like one episode, and then
He's
the
full of
next
shit.
episode, David Harbour used me as a sock puppet.
No, you were the sock on
Right. I was the. That's what I'm saying. He used me like a sock puppet.
That's
for his penis.
Gross. Yeah, I'm in 5 episodes of season 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
Sick.
do. I'm a scientist.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah,
So the scientist with
I
the
get
big
eaten
clap?
by.
I remember that.
I get eaten by demi-dogs in an elevator. It's cool.
Of course.
see,
Of
he's
course.
over here being humble, and he's
Yeah.
in Stranger Things.
Yeah. A little humble or high, same difference.
How's
Well,
the experience?
It was great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. It was.
Yeah.
I needed more of it. They shouldn't have killed me off. I told them that.
Yeah.
They can bring you back.
Yeah,
You
no.
pissed
Well-
off people. So
Well,
you killed them.
Harvard.
Yeah, you pissed him off.
Yeah.
If you get enough like fan outrage, they'll bring you back. Like hashtag bring back.
Oh, I
classic
wish.
scientists.
I wish.
Bring back dirty scientists.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Stranger things have happened.
That's, well, that is a
good
fact
pun.
of my life.
Good pun. AJ,
Yeah.
so what made you want to like write this movie? Where did that come from?
Oh yeah, you wrote this?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
another question. So found footage. Did you actually have a full script, or did you kind of ad lib the actors?
It
and-
was a full script, but we were very open to ad libbing. But I think
Improv, a little improv.
like a majority really stayed true to the script.
Right.
In all honesty, like we were open. There was a few actors that maybe improv more than others, but it was a little bit of a hybrid. But the idea, we wanted to make a movie for a long time, so we had a couple projects that we were working on, and it they kind of fell through, kind of didn't pan out.
What's that like?
You're used to that.
How long is the show? We can.
Yeah.
But I've always when I was in high school, we made a movie. a little
2011.
short. I graduated 10,
How did you
so
know?
close.
Very close.
But in probably 2009, we made a really short film because there was a high school film competition we always applied to and I made a short called The Black Forest Files. And I thought it was a cool, edgy name back
Yeah.
then.
Sure.
It was a found footage movie about a group of people making a movie, and they get killed. Then it didn't really place in the festival. We were upset, or maybe it got 3rd place, I believe, and we wanted it to be 1st.
Yeah, of course.
So we remade it, and it was better. And then it was a fake documentary about these kids being killed in the woods, and it was found footage. And I remember always discussing, wouldn't it be cool to kind of remake the same movie every couple of years, the same theme or concept?
Isn't that what Kevin Smith does?
Yeah, pretty much.
and and it was just remake it and kind of see the evolution. So we started writing
I
the
love him.
script. I don't know why. just for fun, maybe it would just be a little short we made just to kind of.
How long was it?
It's like 72 minutes. It
Dang,
ended up.
That's a long movie.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah, almost a feature. I think it's got to be 75. to be
well,
a feature.
for festivals, it's
45
over
was a
60.
feature.
Yeah,
No,
over 60.
75, I thought.
45.
It doesn't matter. Just go
Anyway.
shoot
Yeah.
pickup
Whatever.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's why we're
Shoot
like,
stuff and watch and
Yeah,
show
just
people.
go shoot some traffic and edit it in every like
Yeah.
4 minutes.
Right.
I think it's 74 minutes, so just
Yeah.
one extra minute.
yeah, I think we're like somewhere
Yeah,
around
just
there.
extend the credit note.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
how long was that
Process
process?
scroll really
Yeah,
really
slow.
long.
How long was that process from like writing the script, and how long did it take to shoot?
So we wrote the script. Like the script was written in 2019.
Okay.
We were ready. We were just gonna let's just do it. Like nothing stopping us. We were gonna film it. Like I think the script was written June 2019. September 2019, we were ready to film. We had like locations
What was
kind
your
of figured
budget?
out. Not much, like a shoestring budget, but it was mostly you just need people in the locations and maybe a couple props. And
what's that like?
but
Yeah, it was just using our resources.
2 or 3 days, maybe a week before we were ready to start filming, we had the actors. We were just going to do a guerrilla style, just go in the woods and kind of film. You tell the story better of what happened on that fateful day of what we experienced.
Yeah, so we have this trailer that we work out of as like our studio, and behind the trailer is a wooded area. It actually doesn't belong to the property, but it's in the
Connected.
property basically connected.
No fence, nothing like in
Yeah.
between them. So we're like, we're just going to film back there.
And
Yeah.
we kind of the script worked for it. We used our resources, so we had this area in mind. And we go back there, we start taking like some test shots, and a couple with a baby strapped to a 4-wheeler in the front of it comes up to us and says that like it's their property, we can't film there, and
The baby was mean mugging us.
Yeah.
Like, strap up.
I've never seen anything like it. It's like this setup, and this baby is in the front of it.
Like a hood ornament.
Yeah.
basically kicked us out.
Yeah.
And we have
How
to.
far away from your production trailer was it?
It's right there. It's in the
10,
backyard.
15
Did you
feet.
say that to them? Be like,
Yeah, we're
we're
like,
right
we live
there.
there. They didn't trust us. They didn't really know us. Like, so that was
I
discouraging.
would have just went into the trailer and started yelling, "We're right here! This is
Yeah.
we're,
Well,
this
and
is
that's what we
us!"
said, and that's what we said, and it was discouraging. And I remember
I
that
would have
day.
just been like, "Get the fuck out of here before I call DCF, motherfucker! This isn't legal. You don't have a baby on the front of your 4-wheeler.
Touche.
Yeah.
What the fuck's your
Oh,
problem?"
where were you? We needed you.
Well, you didn't call me.
Things like we were discouraged. We didn't know when to film. Kind of things started falling apart, and it almost turned into a movie where another project that just didn't happen.
You should have made a movie about that
Yeah.
fucking people on the 4-wheeler.
The worst part was I had the camera and I
I said,
didn't.
why didn't you,
You didn't
film?
Yeah,
it?
I didn't record it, man.
Yeah. That
But,
would've been gold.
But anyway, yeah. So it was months, and then all of a sudden we're like, we don't have the time anymore to do it, and we kept on just going, okay, one day we're gonna have time to make this movie. And magically, the world shut down because of COVID, and we said, now we have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And we called up the actors to see if they're still interested. They were all on board, like they were excited. They didn't know what was going on with it. And we filmed it over the summer of 2020, so like a year after the script.
Yeah.
And it took about, 17 days of filming, but not back to back. It was...
It was spread out.
We had to work with a lot of conflicting schedules, so sometimes
Yeah.
we would have a couple weeks in between or a couple days.
Yeah,
and-
that's what I hate about not having funding, because you kind of have to bend to their
Yeah.
schedule. And if you're just paying people, they're on your time now. You
Yeah.
know? You can get a project done in 20
yeah,
days.
and so we
Makes
had
it a
to
lot more
do some
difficult.
creative stuff.
I don't think I would know what to do with 17 days.
Yeah, I don't.
See, I'm struggling at 25.
Like, we shot Crazy Lake in 14 days.
Well, I
we were
shot
all in one
Frostbite.
location.
Yeah.
I shot Frostbite in 14 days in a whole fucking
Well,
other
even
state.
with the 17 days, I don't think some of those days weren't full days either. Some were only short days, but it was 17 physical days.
We had to work with everyone's schedule, so
Like we couldn't get 3 people in the room at the same time, and we had to film around someone and like
You should
insert
have
them
an
later.
orgy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, so we made it work, and like it was crazy that everything came together. You know, for having no funding, barely any budget to pull that off was really
Is that your first film?
yeah. So we didn't really do any shorts before then, besides maybe like 5-minute little comedy skits on YouTube, like
Yeah.
years and years ago. But
Mhm.
no short film. We jumped right into a feature, which a lot of people kind of say, "How?" You know.
yeah.
But we, I mean, we wanted to polish that movie as much as possible. Like,
Yeah, we never wanted to appear like a first film or like we hadn't really done anything before. So
so yeah, we had a.
Where did you guys learn all your stuff? How
Where'd
did
you learn how to make movies?
No, I mean, like, seriously. Like,
I mean,
During the 17 days of filming Black Forest, pretty much.
Okay.
Like,
basically.
Okay.
like we
That's
knew.
your film school.
yeah,
Making
yeah,
movies
yeah.
is your
yeah,
film
that's
school.
what I'm saying. Like, but if they never shot movies before, how did you?
Like, I mean, just watching things on YouTube, and it's
Yeah.
something we always wanted to do. So,
Yeah.
like, we had basic knowledge. It wasn't just like out of nowhere. Hey, let's just get a like.
Right.
Yeah.
We filmed weddings and different things.
blows
I knew
my
how to
mind,
edit. I made little short films in high school, which I don't even count as
Yeah.
those as like
No, you
short
can't
films.
because no one else will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean,
Yeah, my
extra-
first movie, I just
Yeah.
figured out.
Dude,
how
I was just thinking.
I just did it how I thought a movie was made, and we
My
did it.
first movie. 2000.
Yeah, mine was 2010.
2000.
Oh.
22
Mm.
years.
It's a long time.
Just in that aspect. I started in 95.
You look young.
I am.
I mean, you are young, but that's,
I'm 108.
it's incredible that you made
It's
a
like
movie
Yoda.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so much harder too. Like,
Yeah, we shot on an XL1.
Yeah, the what black and white cameras.
No, they weren't black.
Well, the camera itself. Was
Yeah, it
black
was
and white.
with a little red lens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
fixated. Fucking
That's
piece
where I
of shit.
started on.
because like
shoot.
realistically, you
Couldn't
could
shoot in the dark.
use a phone now, and it like and that's
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
people
dude.
say it all the time, but realistically, you could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I started editing. That's how I started my career, like editing. I was an editor in school, and then I did radio and stuff like that. So I did editing, and then I did radio, editing videos, because we had a news program and an educational program in our school.
Mhm.
Like, we would have a full television studio. We did
Well,
local football
some of us
games.
weren't privileged enough to
I know,
go to
right?
a school.
Yeah.
It was an
Some
inner
of us
city school.
had to learn on the
I just kind of
streets.
taught myself, man.
Yeah.
Well, this
But
was
just
like
like
before
sex,
you-
I taught
yeah,
myself
but you remember, I started editing when it was VHS, and then goes to one VHS. That's how I learned.
Too, bro.
Well, yeah, that's how I learned how to edit. yeah. And so that's where I learned.
Yeah.
So now it's totally different. I can't even use that education that I used back then with
I
now.
can't use any of my education I had.
So I mean, the only thing I can really use is the white balance and cameras. Learning how to use a camera. That's the only thing I can translate into
That's
current.
important.
Yeah, it is. But most cameras do the white balance for you.
So y'all shot the whole thing with this Sony A7S II?
Yeah. And
Who graded it?
I did.
You graded it. What program did you use?
I just did it on Premiere, which we edited the whole movie on Premiere.
Okay.
But I like to mess with DaVinci. I just didn't use it for this movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's a lot of movie
I'm
parts.
morphing to DaVinci.
Same.
I just cut this one on Adobe, but I'm trying to get.
I'm more fun
Over
to
to
get the
DaVinci.
fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't edit.
Joe's like, I'll direct it and then
Fuck that
edit
shit,
it.
dude.
Here, you do it.
And
I don't mind editing. I just can't fucking stand it.
Yeah. I
going
like
back
it.
to the found footage thing and kind of, it's two movies in one. So I really wanted to color grade it and make it look different.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we use the same camera. So
yeah,
Yep.
we try to make those two movies like
have a
these are
different
essentially
feel.
two movies. Yeah,
Right.
different aspect ratios for the two of them, different color grading,
Yeah.
different filming style because like we try to keep the actual movie like
yeah.
on tripods or stuff,
Absolutely.
so it's not handheld like the other stuff.
Yeah, and with the found footage stuff, like I was going for like a more natural kind of feel.
Mhm.
Yep.
And like you feel like you're with them, and it has a representation of natural world. And then the other stuff of the film to have more of a stylized filmy kind of look.
Right.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was a lot of grading, but
Yeah.
and
yeah.
kind of going back. I feel like color grading is always like that. You're always like, this looks good, and then you get back to it, and you're like, you know what?
Yep.
Actually, it might look a little better like this, and you're just constantly changing it. But It was cool. It was cool.
What's next?
Good question.
That's what we get asked all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I think we made like
What are your plans?
a conscientious decision to like by the end of this year, we want to have another project that we have on a back burner filmed.
Yeah.
Not sure if it'll be completely done, but we want to at least film so that way
You know,
by next year we're releasing another film.
so like, yeah, I mean, we have ideas in the bank, but we're not really settled yet. One idea was to maybe go back to that idea, like the movie that kind of fell apart, and try that and like retool it.
No, just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
I've learned over the years that just you're gonna have a ton of projects that fall through,
And
or
just
you
kind of,
don't, or that just aren't gonna happen, and that's
weren't
the
meant to be.
it's the
Yeah.
project's fault, not yours. The
Yeah.
universe doesn't want you to do that one.
With
Yeah.
that one, I think it was just a timing thing. Like, it actually worked better in a lot of ways than the one that we just did. So the time frame might be better to do that now. We never wanted to just
Well,
throw it away,
yeah,
but
yeah.
just postpone it to a better time.
Yeah.
but
So-
yeah, and like another thing would be like if we had even just a little funding from either outside sources or us figuring things out.
Well, that
Because-
leads me to this question:
Yeah.
What are you doing with this movie now? What's your distribution route?
So
It's
we want.
playing at Sunscreen.
Yeah,
then
we
what?
wanted to put in some festivals, kind of just get it seen, kind of have that experience because we've never,
Yeah.
this is our first time. We don't have experience. It really, everyone involved with the movie, from pretty much top down, they're really first time people. Behind the scenes, in front of the camera, like maybe they have like a couple short films under their belt. So it's not like we have a producer, someone who's like kind of ushering us. So we're going into the festivals. We have a couple ideas for either independently distributing it or maybe kind of reaching out to a couple distributors or seeing if it gets any attention at the festivals. So because we played at T-Buff, the Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival, a couple months ago, and we won Audience Choice there.
Yeah.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
A few nominations.
Just
Yeah.
be careful with distribution, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all I'm
that's
saying.
what we're learning.
Like I always say, the distributor's job is to rip you off, and your job is to not get ripped off.
Yeah.
Seriously. I think we've all
I
had
guess
distribution nightmares, and
with me, that's why I'm kind of this is a moment where we can kind of put it out there slowly, and then right now we're kind of figuring out the distribution thing.
Yeah,
and
like,
making sure that it's articulated and planned.
And I always know, like, they kind of tell you should have that plan before you film it. Our goal was, hey, let's just make a movie,
Mhm.
and we'll figure that out. I always said during filming, too, like, my goal is, hey, if we can distribute it, get a lot of eyeballs on it, make some money off of it, awesome. But I also kind of saw it as, hey, now we can go to someone, a producer, someone with money, and be like, this is what we made with a shoestring budget. And a lot of people tell us it does not look that cheap. Now imagine if you gave us some money, and I always kind of saw it as using this to propel the next one, and if we can make this one work and make some money off of it, awesome. Like, I'm not saying no to that.
Now, what are you guys doing to fine tune your craft? Like, do you guys learning audio a little bit more? Are you trying to get on other movies? Are you guys trying to learn like from people who's been doing this for a while?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to get on like crews and stuff? Like some guys get on crews being lighting or audio, or like we make movies and low budgets, but we all have like different crafts that we could do. Like, some of us do lighting, some of us
I
do
like
editing.
crochet.
Yeah, you do. It's very good.
The chainsaw wood cutting.
I think into origami,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
origami,
origami for
yeah.
my daughters.
tinfoil.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of trying to connect with like other people in the area.
Yeah.
Like, even like doing this, like we wanted to connect with everyone kind of doing film in the Tampa Bay area. Going to, like, we went to Sunscreen last year just to attend and meet people,
Yep.
And along the lines of we're still making video content. So as a business, like doing stuff for other businesses, small businesses, we're doing a little bit of that. And I always have my camera with me, so I'm always taking pictures and just practicing any moment that we're not actually fully committing to a project. So there's always things to practice. I feel like all that stuff is just practice. So whenever the next film comes by, we have a lot more tools in our artillery. And,
Yep.
we can polish that product
Mhm.
more and take everything that we've learned from this first experience and just bring it to the next one.
How did you make your money for the first one? For Black Forest?
Honestly, we just funded it
Out of pocket.
ourselves.
Oh, you use your own
Yeah.
money.
I mean, realistically, it's a couple locations. We had access. We found a place to film the woods, and it's really an apartment, and that's the big cost. Right there with like locations and like getting crew and stuff. But we worked with a very small crew. Some days in the apartment, it was only me and D'Angelo, and then the two actors.
Yeah.
So just really money for a couple props. It really didn't. We had a lot of the equipment already, so that I think that saved us.
Yeah.
And I think we mostly spent money on food every day.
That's how we did 100 Tears, man. It was just me and Marcus shooting that fucking movie all by ourselves.
Yeah.
It was
It's a
kind of
beautiful thing.
That's how we do all our movies.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm the one-man gang. I do fucking everything, and Sean directs. Like, that's pretty much how it is.
Yeah.
And then we'll have somebody here and there helping move the lights around and stuff. But
It was funny because when we were filming the found footage, because we did all the found footage stuff, then all the kind of more cinematic stuff. We had a lot of people kind of helping us out in the crew. I mean,
Yeah.
at most by a lot, like 6 people max.
Yeah.
But we had people doing boom poles, all these things, and then we're filming the more challenging stuff, and it was just me and him, and it's like
well, that's
the found
beauty.
footage.
That's the beauty of indie filmmaking with no money, man. Like
Yep.
the movie we just shot, I had my script supervisor. I'm like, here, put the killer's uniform on because we need you to do this.
Yeah.
She was like, okay. She put the killer's uniform on and killed somebody. Like,
Just making lemonade, you know.
yeah. So whatever you got to do to get it done.
Yeah, what we usually recommend for people early in their careers is try to get on as many sets as possible. Like I said, just network and get on as many sets and see what people are actually doing and how you learn the craft a little bit more.
And just learn how other people are doing.
Yep.
Do you have potential investors lined up for your next movie?
I've talked with some people.
Nothing like super concrete. We want to have the script before we actually go up to the people that have shown interest.
Yeah.
Or at least the solidified idea. Not necessarily a full script,
Right.
but this is what we're doing. Are you interested in this? Because I don't want to start those conversations and then it ends up being something maybe they didn't want.
Yeah.
And also, like I said,
Well,
we're
what
new to
I-
this,
what
so
I've
we might be
learned,
doing it wrong.
Right. Well, what I've learned is that you create your proposal,
Yeah.
which is your synopsis, maybe your cast breakdown, location breakdown, that kind of stuff. You put that stuff in your deck or proposal,
Yeah.
right? And a full budget, right? But make your budget out 20 days, let's say. Put all that in one deck, and then that's what you give your investor. Don't tell them you made a movie for fucking $10.
Yeah.
They don't need to know that shit. If they want to look at your footage, they'll look at it. If they're interested in a movie that you have made, maybe made some money, they'll ask you. Otherwise, pitch them the script that you have or the idea that you have now. Don't tell them anything they don't need to know. Because unless they ask for it, don't tell them. Don't say, we made this for a shoestring. Just be like, we've already made a feature film. It's done very well in the festivals, blah, blah, blah. Now we're looking for $500,000. We want to shoot our next movie. The potential growth rate is blah, 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 because we feel we can get distribution for this and maybe make $1 million on it at $500,000. Something like that. Just from experience.
Yeah. No, and that's like what we always look for is, like I said, we're new. We don't have experience kind of going to this next step.
Yeah.
And like getting all that kind of advice really is useful. And, that's kind of, we're open to that because we might be doing things wrong from people that have more experience doing it. And hey, let us know. And like, kind of give us that feedback.
I've met people who have been in the industry 40 years and they still say the wrong stuff in meetings.
And I mean, there's so many different routes too. It's hard to know, hey, is this the right one? Is this,
Yeah.
Yeah, not everyone's path is the same, But definitely, I mean, we've kind of that's definitely kind of our game plan.
Yeah.
But I definitely like, hey, you have this all planned out. This is exactly what it's going to cost. So that way you're not just coming up with some phony numbers of what you need. But you have an idea of what you need.
And that's been our kind of biggest hurdle from kind of going up to them, the people that have shown a little interest here or there, is we want to be set on this is what we're doing. Because like, we have a couple ideas that we're tossing around, but okay, we know we're making this. Hey, if we can get a budget, awesome, we can make it better. If not, we'll do it on our own, but we're making it.
Mhm.
And that's our kind of attitude moving forward.
And you want to stick with horror?
Not necessarily. I personally don't want to be pigeonholed in one genre, and I know that is kind of like a mistake.
No, horror is the where it's at, man.
Well, I know,
Especially for low budget.
yeah, low budget, but it really depends on where the idea is. Just the way I write, I think even my more straightforward movie concepts kind of tilt towards like thriller. At the end of it, that's just how I write, and like I wrote a script that it's a high budget thing. I kind of wrote it for fun, but it's turns into more of a thriller type psychological horror, and it's just I
How
feel
many
like that's.
scripts have you written?
I mean, 4-ish of like here. Some are a little bit more developed than others. I just constantly like to write. I have a lot of ideas. Like I have a list of ideas I want to write. Some of them I know, hey, you can't make that without having $10 million, but I'll write it for fun, get that experience. Maybe somewhere down the line it can get made or sold. But that's just how I am. I always want to keep on writing.
Yeah.
And then it does, like the one script that I just wrote, it's kind of like my most polished script. Like it's called Let's Join a Cult. And it
Sounds like fun.
I like that.
you need like a
Let's join it.
Yeah. Is it
You
like
need
a
a couple
how-to
mil.
instruction?
Exclamation point.
well, it's
Why do you need a couple million?
I mean, to do it how I pictured it, you could probably tone it down in some places. You need a lot of extras to make it right. Need some really good locations, and that's really what you need, to make it to give it that price.
It's a lot of set design, where I like an aesthetic, and for that aesthetic to be like fully exemplified, like it would probably take a little bit.
You
of
got
a
some
budget.
underground like Kali Ma things going on.
No, but you need like a little. You need like a little commune. You need a lot of people to fill it, like extras. But like the idea was like, yeah, a girl, she's going through her kind of quarter life crisis, and she starts dating her cult leader, and that's my version of a romance movie to kind of go how it.
Yeah.
I started writing this kind of romantic movie, but it always pivots to this psychological horror type thriller thing. And
Are there some things you want to talk about? Like,
I think
feel
so.
like you're,
Yes.
yeah.
I remember even with Black Forest, someone's like, "Who hurt you?" Like,
Do you just need a hug?
That's the way
Sometimes.
to get out your demons or
True.
your whatever.
Yeah.
How could I see Black Forest without going to the Sunscreen Film Festival?
We have a copy of it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. We have a link they sent to him.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the
You were
plan right
supposed to
now.
watch it.
I didn't even see the link.
That's all good.
Amateur.
We can resend it. But the
Sorry.
plan is.
No, I
you know,
have it.
I have it on my phone.
Awesome.
Sorry.
It's all right. No, but for people that want to see it, where would they go to see it?
Sunscreen, motherfucker.
Yeah, you can definitely watch it at Sunscreen. That is our only release right now. But after probably this film festival, we're gonna put it somewhere for everyone who wants to watch it.
What other festivals did you enter?
Well, we did the T-Buff and a few
Are you
others.
just doing local ones, or
we threw a couple kind of further film festivals. We didn't want to go too far, too crazy, or obviously too big.
Mhm.
But there's a few we're still waiting to hear back from. Like I think the one that's coming up, I think first week of April, they're supposed to let us know. It's like the New Jersey Independent Film
Mhm.
Festival.
you should put it in Tampa Bay Screams. They have a film festival. It's a horror convention. They have over off West Shore. It's in June, I think.
I thought it was July.
Is
Is
it?
it July? I don't know. If
I thought
it's
it was
either June or July. I think it's
Oh.
June.
Sorry, Sean.
Anyway,
Sorry,
You're
Sean.
like your best friend.
they're on Film Freeway.
Yeah,
And,
okay, I'll definitely check them out.
So
Like that's
Tampa
where
Bay
I've been.
Screams.
Yeah.
I mean that resource
But that's a
right there is-
convention
yeah.
and a festival.
Yeah,
so
it's a full convention.
Pretty cool.
So if you guys have like
It's a lot of
merch or
fun.
anything, you guys can come down to the.
We do have shirts.
There's a lot of has-been. I mean, there's a lot of actors there and producers, directors as
Yeah.
guests. Joe's been there a couple.
Yeah, I'm
times.
only.
Are you gonna be there this year?
Well, I'm only invited as a second thought from Sean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, Joe lives here. You want to come out? I can get you a table in the corner by the bathroom. And I'm
Hey,
like,
you'll get
yes.
You'll get seen
Yeah, I know, and I can pee.
in peace.
That sounds
Yeah.
like a good time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely fun.
It's definitely.
Yeah.
Like every year, it's been fun. How many years has it been going now?
Oh, this is his sixth, I think.
Sixth, eh?
Fifth or sixth.
And we did 2 last year.
Yeah, he did 2 last year. Same year. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's growing.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's cool. It's fun. It's a good time to get out.
Yeah, you guys should definitely
meet people.
check
That's
that
a
out.
great networking event
Yeah.
is.
for
Yeah.
horror
So-
people.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe you'll
you
check
know,
it out at Tampa Bay Screams as well.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
I mean, not to like,
I think I promote his shit more than he does.
I think so too.
yeah, for sure.
Well, he doesn't. I mean,
Everybody
he doesn't
does.
really. Yeah, but he just shares on Instagram or Facebook. That's all he does. Sorry, Sean.
Look, I'm
Not like you listen to this anyway.
Yeah,
I'm advertising.
yeah,
Post on Facebook, a girl
Yeah.
with giant boobs.
I don't.
I don't stop.
Yeah.
Why? I love that.
He's like, this is the only way I can get my things noticed.
This is the only way people see it. I'm
Sex
like,
sells.
well, if you keep showing the same thing over and over, people are just like, oh,
I
whatever.
thought it was his girlfriend. I was like, dude, every picture's this girl. I was like, is he dating her?
He wishes.
Like, yeah, who doesn't?
Hey, that's
My wife
sex
would date
sells.
her.
Sex sells.
No, that's
Whatever
true.
works.
Hey, Chris, what's the methodology to make a movie? What sells? Sex,
Hot
gore.
naked girls and gore.
There you go. So he puts that in every single movie he does.
That's not true. That's not true. I've made more movies where there's no nudity or gore or whatever.
I can only think of one.
I can't even think
Which
of
one? Dead Residents didn't have any nudity or gore.
There's nudity in Dead Residents.
There
The
was no
snuff
nu-
film.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was a snuff film.
You're right. We did have some nudity in that. It was very memorable.
Sorority was the first movie I had with nudity.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have no nudity in any of my movies up until Sorority.
I think Seeing Evil
Why
was
is
the only
that?
one I
Was that a choice, or
Yeah,
you just
conscious
couldn't find
decision.
girls to do it? Or?
No, I didn't want to put it in.
Why?
I was under the stigma, that I wanted to be.
I want to be an artiste.
Oh, fuck off. I just wanted to make horror films where you didn't have to show titties because everyone's like, horror films have to have boobies and gore. And I was like, no, the fucking comedy and
Yeah.
gore. You don't need titties in every movie.
Right.
It's true.
But now I got titties in my movie.
There you go. He's joined the dark side. folks.
Evolution.
We'll see what happens at the drive-in.
He's joined the dark side.
I think Seeing Evil. I think there was no nudity in Seeing Evil.
Seeing Evil. I don't even know what Seeing Evil is. Oh, my other movie.
Oh my God.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, there's no
That's Richard
nudity
Pryor.
in that.
No, that's here.
There's no nudity. There's no. I don't even think there's any blood in Seeing Evil.
No, I don't
Except
think so.
the one the guy spits the blood out of his mouth. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything else has tits and gore.
It's such a great name, like Seeing Evil. There's no blood in it.
Yeah. Hardly any blood.
Yeah.
Fucking love
It's
it.
about a guy that gets hit by lightning and he develops like all these weird powers and shit that he can do weird stuff.
See dead people.
But he's seeing dead people
Yeah.
in his.
I've seen that one. I
Nightmares.
saw that Tampa Bay Screams.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It sucked. that was the year that we premiered Dead Residents.
You can watch. What we got? Die Delta Pi, Seeing Evil,
Dead Residents and
Dead
Naked Cannibal
Residents. They're
Campers
all on Tubi TV
and Plex.
and Plex.
Yep.
I think Seeing Evil's on Prime too. I think. I don't know.
South of Central just got hit up by some dude from Roku.
Nice.
Did I tell you that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me
What does that mean?
the conversation. That's what I'm saying. You didn't tell me the rest of the
Yeah,
conversation.
he sent me a message saying you should put it up on this fucking channel on Roku. And I said, well, how does somebody get their show up on there? And he's like, well, it's got to fit our criteria and some other shit. And I was like, you reached out to me, bro. I didn't pitch
That's
you,
weird.
bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you came to me.
my
You should know
website.
that it works for you if it doesn't.
My websites are already ready to go on Roku.
So he came back and I said, well, here's the first episode. Give it a watch. And then he was like, I fucking love it. This is so hysterical. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So, but then he didn't give me any instructions or an email address or a fuck you note. Like, I don't know what to do now. Now I got to go back and play fucking cat and mouse and be like, now what do I do? Ah.
Well, like I said, my distribution websites are ready for Roku ready. They're already like,
They're already ready already?
yeah. I just need to get it populated. That's literally all I have to do, and it's on Roku. I just have to get at least 50 films on, and then I have my own Roku channel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then Housewife Slasher is about to get put on Plex and Tubi also.
There you go.
I was trying to get my movie Rough Cut on there, and he said it was too graphic. I'm like, you have naked cannibal campers on there. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't even close.
They
So we have a scene in the movie where a guy's got a sock on his dick and he's jerking off. That was
That's a little much.
deep.
Ladies,
That's a little
cover
much.
your ears.
You didn't see anything though.
Was it a small sock? Was it a
No, it
sock?
had like a banana in there. Like you didn't even see anything. And that is what he pointed out was too graphic. And I'm like, So the girl eating the other girl's snatch that had glass and rusty nails in it,
That's fine.
that's cool.
That's fine.
But the dude
Well,
jerking a
that's
banana
that's
off,
Hollywood, man. When it
I'm
comes
just
to a
like,
guy, when it
so
comes to a
stupid.
guy, they're like, no.
Nobody wants to see a dick.
it's like
Yeah,
the guidelines are so
Trust
dumb.
Dicks are so ugly.
I'd show my
Yeah.
wife mine all the time. She has nothing to do with it.
Dude, don't watch Euphoria then. That shit's like full of dicks. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Oh,
Y'all
really?
watch that
What is
show?
this?
So is
Yeah.
Westworld.
Euphoria?
Westworld was too. There was dicks everywhere.
Really?
On
So
Westworld?
is like
That's the new
Spartacus.
thing, I
No.
guess, man. It's like,
What was the show? Yeah, Spartacus, the show.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of titties
You
in,
like the-
in
Oh, yeah.
Euphoria too. But there's a lot of penis too.
That is a new thing. Equal opportunity.
See, before it was always like boobs are sexy, dicks are funny, and now it's more like
Dicks
dicks
are
are
sexy?
making
Oh.
dicks are appearing in dramas and stuff now, and it's
What are you talking about?
just like,
You watch Dick Detective 2? That's my favorite show. Hey guys, let's go do some case solving. Dick. His boss is like, yo, what you talking about? He's just like fucking a hammer.
like Jackass. You watch Jackass?
No.
Oh my god, There's
I
so
haven't
many
seen the new
dicks
one.
In that one, it was like ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well,
He
that's
doesn't know he's
Black
making
Forest.
puns, people.
In Black Forest, I said I have a
I'm
part,
only
but
showing
it's
dick.
only full frontal.
You have
There you
nudity
go.
in Black Forest? No.
No, it's gonna happen to me one day. I'm gonna sign on a project and be like, oh yeah, you're naked today.
Like, oh,
What?
I don't remember that part.
how much am I making?
I am? You better get a smaller lens.
You got to get the macro.
double.
Yeah.
No, you got a wide lens, so it looks
Yeah.
bigger.
No. It's gonna look like a
You gotta get a close up.
look like a pebble in a forest.
You gotta get a close up with
yeah,
with a
I
fish
need a
eye.
telephoto lens and a fisheye might help. Yeah.
So guys, this
On
gentleman
that-
has like 8 different movies. How many movies do you have?
I've directed 9, produced 16, I think.
Wow.
And Joe, you have 10.
I think so, man. Yeah. I mean,
What questions would you have for these gentlemen?
And we make them differently. Like
Yeah, they're very different. So
I make
different- you have different
$3,000
perspectives.
features, and he makes
Yeah.
$1 million features. So it's you can get both.
yeah.
Perspective. So,
Right, I was-
any questions that you guys have, like this is like the
Did
perfect
you
time.
research us at all before you got here, or you just flew in like not knowing shit?
We just flew in.
They're like, yeah, we don't give a
Good. Well, he's honest.
No, I'm glad you asked because I was wanting to ask kind of like distribution related questions. I mean, it seemed like you have a little knowledge base on it,
Mhm.
or a big knowledge base. As far as like first small time, we didn't make our movie with much money. Like,
Stop
what
saying
would you?
that shit.
It doesn't matter how much money you had.
Yeah,
It doesn't
stop. The project gets done because it's a miracle that any project gets
Well,
done.
No, I'm
Don't
only.
say-
Like there's a movie called Tangerine that was $10,000 budget, and it was like up for an Oscar.
I love Tangerine. No, I guess I was speaking personally, but I
Yeah.
can't go around saying that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I got that advice before,
Yeah.
so I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Just
Just say I made a movie, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sounds
What's the
like
budget?
they're kind of hung up
Your
on
mom.
money. Like as long as you can find passionate people that have skill, you can make a movie look amazing for no money. It's
yeah,
just
no,
It's just a matter of finding those people to bring onto your team.
my reason for asking was just out of like, distribution with like, there's less of a gamble with making money for movie for no money.
Right.
So like, what's a good route to go with that knowledge?
Well, I would, in the gamble, it's not necessarily less of a gamble for a movie with no money because a movie with no money also probably doesn't have a projectable ROI,
Yeah.
return on investment, right? So the reason why I make $1 million movie is to make money, right? Same reason you make a movie, you want to make fucking money.
You wanna
It
make a
doesn't
profit.
matter if it's $1 million movie or a fucking $500,000 movie. The point is, how do I make a return on this? So you have to hit up distribution, okay? And the best way to go about that is talking to distributors. When you go to Sunscreen, you're probably going to meet a distributor. His name's Marty Poole. Okay, he distributes a lot of stuff. Talk to him. See what he can do for you. That's about your only option is to look for distributors on your own or figure out how to put it somewhere that a bunch of people will see it. Because chances are you're not going to make any money on it. not this one, not the
Yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
one, right? But that's okay. Get it out there, put it on anywhere you can, any way you can, and then use that to catapult your next film into getting some sort of budget, $50,000 maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
You guys crowdfund?
That was definitely the plan. No, we so I guess we had that same line of thinking. So I appreciate that.
And that's kind of what I was saying. Like, I always saw this movie as that stepping stone to
Yeah.
make the
but
second.
don't say don't call it like our first movie or our low budget movie.
Oh, I am still really proud, and like the
Yeah,
amount of work.
My point is,
Yeah.
when you go to an investor, I just had a meeting this morning with a billionaire because I'm trying to get $2 million for my next project.
Oh.
And you know, he's asking me all these questions that I don't normally have to answer because when I get funding, it's usually a private investor. You know, and that's what you want. You want a single investor who can give you your $500,000 or your $1 million and who will just step away from your project. But this guy seems like he's going to be a little bit more hands-on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've
And
had
I'm
that
not, I'm
before,
not
and
really
that
open
sucks.
for that, but you know, we'll see what happens. You know, and he wants, you know, projectable ROIs and that kind of stuff. Where I've had other investors never ask me about that stuff. They just, because I sit them down, they believe in me. I sell them my project. I tell them this is what we're going to do. This is how badass we're going to become. You're getting more than just a film. You're getting a company. You're getting a startup company. You guys are a startup. You're getting a startup company. You know, we need 75,000 to make our next movie. Come on now at the ground floor, offer them a piece of the company, 5%, 10% of the company overall forever in perpetuity, right? This is shit. If I had known this, I would have done this shit 10 years ago. Then you can start building your company up. The next film, all right, we need $150,000. And you give them a little bit of the company. And everyone's getting a little piece of the pie until eventually you don't need investors anymore. Your movies are generating their own ROIs, and you're taking that money, taking your profits, and you're making your own films. And then you keep going. That would basically you become self-sustaining at that point. How long does that take? I don't know. Fucking 20 years? Who
I'm with
knows?
it.
5 years? A decade? I don't know.
It really depends.
2
yeah.
years? I don't know. It depends on who you are.
But
Depends on
the big thing is
your
that
luck.
when you're approaching an investor, the most important thing is you're not selling a movie, you're selling yourself.
Yeah.
So you gotta, that's what Joe does. He gets people to believe in him, and that's how I've done it in the past in sales. And I've gotten a couple. I've made a couple movies for like 80,000, and you have to sell yourself to those people. They're buying you, not your product. So if they believe in you, you can fucking sell them anything you want.
Yeah.
And that's once they trust you and believe in you, you're in. So that's the main thing. Don't go in there, hey, we got this great movie that we think everybody's gonna love and shit. You tell them about you.
Yeah,
Like,
because
hey,
I guess
I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
I'll bust my ass.
because how many
believe
people
in
are
this
coming in their
project.
doors doing that same thing?
Of course.
They want you because you're different.
Right.
You know? That makes perfect sense.
Of course. And as far as distribution with my stuff, my second movie I ever made was called The Housewife Slasher, and this was back in 2012 where you could put your own movie on Amazon and they could rent it,
Mhm.
and you got like 50% of the profits. So I did that, and I didn't even promote the movie. I'm terrible at like marketing myself and my movies and stuff, so don't be like me, be like him. But I was making like $200-300 a month just literally having the movie sit there, and I did that for probably 6 months, and then a distributor approached me and said, hey, we want to distribute your film. And this is my second movie, I'm all excited and whatever, so I'm like, where do I sign? So I ended up signing the contract for 4 years, and over that 4-year period I made a total of $321 over 4 years. And I'm like, I was making that in a fucking month by myself.
Yeah.
So you just got a shitty deal. And, and the distributor that I went to, I see a lot of people signing with them, and I'm just like, ugh, they're not going to make any money. And it's sad that it happens. And what we do now is my guy, Sean, that runs Tampa Bay Screams, we've made a lot of stuff in the past couple years. And we will fund the movie. Our budgets are usually like $3,000, and once we finish the movie, we'll cut a trailer, we'll do an Indiegogo, and we'll raise like 6,000-7,000, and we use that money to make another movie.
Okay.
And we just kind of do this cycle, and then we got a bunch of Blu-rays at the end that we sell, to whoever.
Which is not a bad process.
You're making, you're not going to get rich doing that, but you make
But it'll get you to the next movie.
$1,000, and you can make another movie with it.
It can get you to the next movie and the next movie, and then just just invest.
But I'm at a point now where I'm kind of, after talking to Joe a little bit, I'm kind of thinking I might want to get a little bit more money next time. So I might step away from horror too, because that's literally all
I'm not
I've
stepping
made.
away from horror ever.
Yeah, that's literally all I've made.
No way, man. It's the only place to make the money and stay in the. It's its own little niche, and I'll be happy just snuggled like a little fucking bug in a rug.
I love horror and the horror community. I mean, the horror community is like a cult, man. Like they will buy anything, watch anything, collect anything. They're fans.
Them girls got some titties, man.
Where comedies are just like, you watch a comedy, you laugh, and it's like done.
Yeah, they ain't no fucking comedy conventions. You can go, let's go see fucking.
Hey, let's go to the drama convention.
Yeah. Oh man, that's called the Shakespeare Festival.
But yeah, man, horror fans are. Yeah, I love no one like them.
Yeah,
And they're all cool. They all love just getting together and talking, and
a lot of nerds too.
A lot of nerds.
Hey,
big time.
I can play my D&D and make horror films.
That's the thing. If you're not making a $500 million superhero movie, then you should probably be making horror movies.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think it's the best ROI. Unless you can do comedy and stuff, but you gotta have like a known actor. And you got to market it that way.
That's the problem.
And delivering comedy on our level is like,
it's not.
Sucks.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No, you got to do something like a Super Troopers.
Yeah.
To make it work really.
Witty, funny dialogue.
But they were like a big established group too. The Burma Lizard was established for
a long time.
Canada.
Yeah. Like they were big before they did Super Troopers.
You kind of have to have that following to help push a comedy.
Sure. Well, they crowdfunded the second one, Super Troopers 2, so they literally... I mean, I think they raised a couple million.
People wanted it.
Even for like we're talking about Super Troopers, but they couldn't even get money for a sequel. You know?
Exactly.
The sequel was.
Well, that's the problem too. Is that I've noticed.
I didn't like the sequel.
I've noticed with producers and studios is that they don't understand. They really don't understand a suit who's pushing numbers for a feature film for a studio doesn't understand that because they had a successful first film and they got a major following that they'll have a successful second film because they're going to look at all the numbers and they'll be like, well, the movie cost $5 million, but it only made $8 million, and to them that's not enough money, so you can't get your shit funded. For them to fund the second one almost immediately, it has to like make $100 million for them to look at it anymore. And that's impossible.
Yeah. Well, like the story I always heard that like blew my mind was like Martin Scorsese when he wanted to make The Irishman. No one wanted to give him money, and he's like one of the the biggest name directors, and he was struggling to get money for that. It was an expensive movie, but still, like you would think everyone was.
Well, it's also the ROI. That's what they look at. Like, okay, I'm going to give you $10 million. What am I getting back?
Yeah,
2. Like, it's not.
Well, Departed made I don't know.
Yeah, well, probably 100 million. Yeah. No, absolutely. But you can't guarantee that.
Well, yeah, true.
Like he had a lot of names in that movie. He had.
But then you could be a fuck up like Troy Duffy and make one of the best fucking movies, Boondock Saints, and then fucking
fuck up the sequels.
Hang up on the fucking distributor. Yeah,
But he also fucked up the sequels.
Well, that's because he couldn't get them funded after that.
Yeah.
He hung up on the fucking Weinsteins.
Yeah.
When they were going to distribute the movie, and they were like,
"I love that movie."
Okay.
Boondock Saints. The second one was awful.
Oh, horrible. Awful. It's because he didn't have any money. He had to shoot that for almost nothing.
Yeah.
And Flannery and even Reedus are.
Well, Reedus is now expensive since he did
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flannery hasn't done anything. I mean, you had him for you had him ready for it. Yeah.
The fucking financing fell through.
Yeah. So, yeah.
He was in Dexter. Last
the most recent season?
2 seasons of Dexter.
Okay.
Not the last one, the ones
the originals.
The originals.
Okay.
He played his sister went private investigator. He was like the owner of the PI firm.
What was that experience like getting someone that's a little bit more established? And I'm sure it's difficult, and you gotta.
The story with
right
Sean
place.
Patrick Flannery is I had a script for a Jack the Ripper movie, and it was such a badass script. I was so excited, and I felt like he would fit. There was like a detective role, and he was kind of a drunk detective type guy, and for some reason he just popped in my head. So I went on IMDb Pro and found his manager's email, and I emailed the guy saying, "Hey, I got this, this, and this, blah blah blah." Literally 5 minutes later, I got a phone call from his fucking agent. I'm like,
That's how IMDb Pro works. That's what it's for.
like 5 minutes after I sent the email, I'm getting a phone call. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was so unprepared. But anyway, I started talking to him about the project, and I sent him the script, and Sean read it, and the guy messaged me or called me a couple of days later, and he said he wants the role, but he wants to play the guy that was supposed to be Jack the Ripper. And I'm like, no, he can't have that role. I said, that was role spoken for already. I said, I really envisioned him to play the detective.
Who'd you have as the Ripper?
Will
Smith?
The guy that passed off himself. Will, he was a local actor. What the fuck is his name? Will Hayes. Yeah, I have Will Hayes as the lead. Anyway, so he wanted to play
over Sean Patrick Flannery.
Yeah, well, Patrick Flannery fit this freaking role.
Wrote it with him in mind.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't write the script, but when I read the script, he popped in my head for that role for some reason.
Well, you didn't get him either. So
yeah, so I got him. He wanted the role.
Yeah.
We agreed on a number, and 2 weeks before shooting, we lost our budget and some bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was wondering because I have IMDb Pro too. And I know if you reach out to some megastar, they're not answering. But I always was curious.
You never know.
Yeah,
all you gotta do is send an email. You might get a phone call.
Yeah, and that was like always on my mind. Like, does that ever work?
It depends how hungry the person. I mean, obviously,
we'll see what their
client was hungry for a role because he called me in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, see, you gotta look at their page and see if they're in pre-production, if they're in post-production, if there's a gap in, like, if he's not working on anything right now. They'll probably get right back to you.
And that makes sense.
And you got people like Robert Lasardo, Eric Roberts, people like that. Like, Lasardo was just in the Jawbirds movie that was like a $20,000 budget.
Well, you see, like, sometimes A-list
shit.
stars, and they're in like a $500,000 indie budget, and it's like, how did that?
Chris Evans is still doing that. Chris Evans is doing those low budget stuff still. He does a lot of that indie stuff. So does Scarlett Johansson. She does indie stuff too. So I mean, it really just depends on what they're doing.
Disney, you probably don't have a choice.
Well,
yeah.
But there's a lot of actors that'll do like passion projects, and so you gotta see what they've done, see what their interests are. Like, it never hurts to reach out to them and say, hey, I got this project. Here's a script. Tell me what you think. If you want to be in it. The worst they can do is say no.
Or just not reply.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to just reach out to whoever you think fits any criteria. That's what, like I said, that's what IMDb Pro is for. So we can actually coordinate.
Some of us have personal managers, and they do that for us.
Wow, hoity-toity.
Yeah, I
don't have to do that shit no more, man.
Lifestyles.
That's why I got Savini. I called Savini. I got his number. I was on Danford's movie Web of Darkness. Savini was in that, and I was on set, and I was like, "Yo, let me get your number." And he was like, "What?" I said, "Give me your number, man. I got a movie coming up." And he was like, "All right."
And you didn't do that with Dean Cain?
I
got Dean Cain's number. What are you talking about?
When's he coming on the show?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I haven't asked him.
Oh, okay.
You gotta ask the business, Joe.
Yeah, he just did a movie with Dean Cain, a Christmas movie. It's fun so far.
Yeah, he was great, man.
Yeah,
he was a nice dude. Nice. I had more fun with Steven Gonzalez from Breaking Bad, though.
Yeah,
he was fucking funny as shit.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
Did anybody see Batman?
No, not yet.
We were just talking about that on the way here.
How'd you feel about it?
I really
no
liked
spoilers.
It. Yeah, I really liked it.
We try not to do spoilers on this show.
I think I need to sit on it. Since it's so fresh, you want to say, like, it's...
Was it what you expected?
Yeah.
It was?
To an
I did not expect a
I expected a man like Hal beating the shit.
I heard...
That's what I expect.
That's what you expect, but that's not what you're going to get.
I expected neo-noir detective.
Yeah, I heard that going in. It's very Zodiac 7 inspired, so I kind of
Yeah, that's what I from the
Had my
trailers. That's what I
brain
expect.
to-
I think Bruce Wayne is in the movie for like maybe 15 minutes.
If that
Yeah.
And a 3-hour movie. That's
Yeah.
all you get. Like it was Batman.
Well,
being a
he's in the
detective.
movie all the whole time because
Well,
I don't know if you know this.
I mean, out of costume.
Batman
I know.
is Bruce
Joe.
Wayne.
you know, he said no spoilers.
Saying, like, out of costume.
But knowing Batman is the greatest detective to ever,
Yeah, of course.
That's literally
And the
his
movies
role.
are never.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
Well, now they are.
Wait.
Now they are.
Wait. You mean to tell me that Batman's a better detective than Columbo?
That's what you're watching, dude. You're watching Columbo in a
As a
Batman
Batman.
costume. I'm fucking serious.
Is
And
it better than
and I'm not mad at it.
Murder, She Wrote?
Angela Lansbury, though, she's the real
Batman's not
G.
better than
She's the real
Angela
G.
Lansbury.
No, she's the real G.
it was,
Yeah.
it was a good movie. It was beautiful. Like,
Oh yeah,
know what
that's what I hear.
gorgeous fucking movie.
Yeah.
I feel like they wasted Catwoman.
Always.
She was kind of like.
Well, she's always
it's
a secondary character. She's always secondary.
side thing that they didn't really.
Well, look what they did when they gave her a movie. Look what happened.
Yeah. And there was no real like impactful scenes. Like in Dark Knight, you had the opening bank robbery
Yeah.
scene. You had the party scene. How you got these scars. They had, when he's in the truck with the bazooka. Like all these cool, impactful scenes.
But it wasn't set as
There
an
wasn't
action movie.
anything like that.
Those are
It's-
action movies. This was a detective movie.
And I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. I mean, it was good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
What's Harrison
I just
Ford
don't think I will watch it
in
again.
Blade Runner?
No idea.
He's a detective in that.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
It's basically Blade Runner with a Batman costume. No, I'm
Well, that's kind of cool. That's what I'd like to see.
kidding.
Him flying through the city full of neon signs and shit. That'd be fucking.
Now, do you
and
still
not
want
the
Harrison Ford in
Schumacher
that?
nipple way.
Yeah.
But
Schumacher.
I was excited to see Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Yeah.
And
I liked her.
she was good. She just the character like
Well, she was, like I said, Catwoman's always secondary. They can't make her primary or anything because of it gives that bad stigma from the Halle Berry movie.
I wanted her to wear the goggles and she didn't. And it's just kind of like
She was front and center in this movie.
I didn't like that
That was a lot
knit
about
hat thing she was wearing, the mask.
Now, was she better than the Anne Hathaway one?
Yeah.
How about better than the
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah, I didn't like I don't know.
The Michelle
I don't
Pfeiffer or the
Batman
Anne Hathaway?
Returns.
Oh,
Let me tell you something. I had that.
I'm a
poster
big
of
Anne
Michelle
Hathaway
Pfeiffer.
fan, but I'm also a big Zoe Kravitz fan. So
Yeah.
I kind of
yeah.
I'd say they were equal. I guess I don't know. It's just different. Like the movies are so different.
It's hard to compare.
You can't compare anything.
Yeah.
because it's so different from all the other Batman movies.
Like I was trying to think
I
of
think
like a
it's a good
comparison
thing.
to the Dark Knight, and I'm like, they're
yeah,
really,
you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Well, because like I said, those are action movies.
Yeah.
Dark Knight was more
That's like trying to
comic
compare
booky
the
than
Judge
this.
Dredd movies together.
Yeah.
right.
Like, which one do you like better, the Stallone or the Carl
The Stallone one.
Urban?
I think the Carl Urban was more brutal.
You like the Stallone one better? That's like fucking.
That was
Disney
more-
took a fucking shot of heroin and then made a movie.
I think that was very comic booky, but the Carl Urban one was like,
Yeah, violent.
brutal. Like I loved it. Like I loved the Carl Urban one. It was just
It
more
was like the Raid, but with
raid.
Judge
Dude,
Dredd.
the
With the
Raid's
helmet.
fucking-
Yeah, it was the Raid with a helmet and
Yeah.
really big shoulder pads.
Yeah, wasn't he like going up a skyscraper?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was inside
fucking Raid
he
is
was
like
inside a
crazy.
Community.
It's a crazy ass movie.
Did you guys watch the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yes.
No,
I've heard mixed things.
Ugly girls, gore.
I think they're. I
I think
I think you mean Ugly Girls Galore.
We're going back to this. We're going back to this discussion that we have every week.
every week.
So they got. I think what they're doing now
I like
gore
a frumpy girl.
is they're getting ugly girls and upping the gore factor on them.
Because you know what you get with
it
the
was
frumpy
gore.
girl?
dude.
So you want to see them killed?
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the new one, was gory as fuck.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
And the girls were just ugly and kept all their sweaters on. And
Yeah. Well,
You know what you get when you get a frumpy girl?
What?
You get a
a girl that tries.
Well, she got a little bit more to hold on to.
Yeah.
She got big old titties. Those are always good and fun.
Mm-hmm.
But you get a girl who, like, when you're done, she'll like want to also have pizza.
Yeah.
And you don't
true.
have to like
That's
be
true.
like, I'm gonna go eat pizza, and she's like, I cannot do that.
I mean, when I'm sitting there watching it with my fiance and she says, I'm sorry, these girls are ugly in this movie.
Maybe your girl's got
Like,
bad taste in
that
women.
should tell you something.
I mean, look at her choice of men.
But
no, but
funny.
going back to the movie, I think like I just could not stay interested in it. Like
In what?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like I just could not like
because it wasn't interesting. It was about Leatherface killing people.
Yeah.
Which is what I want to see.
yeah.
The same thing.
I mean, I thought
Halloween.
but like the story was just awful. Like
Who cares?
if he wasn't killing anybody, I just couldn't pay attention. I was just like
That's your
dazed
problem, dude.
and just
How much time was in between kills?
It's like Halloween Kills. The new one.
That's gonna factor into it. If it's,
Yeah, like Halloween was
it's-
fucking Michael Myers killing everybody.
Yeah.
And when I pay to see a Halloween movie, that's what I want to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Michael Myers hacking people up.
Yep.
And that's what Texas Chainsaw delivered, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I'm really not like big on remakes and shit, but
yeah.
I kind of liked it. Other than the ugly girls.
No, I like the gore part.
There was great gore in that movie.
Yeah, it was good gore, but like everything else with it, just
Yeah, it was terrible.
You just it was awful.
But I'm not watching Texas Chainsaw for the plot.
True. It's true.
Just like porn.
Yeah, porn. Are you watching for the plot or are you watching
Some good storyline.
P&V?
There's a
man?
plot?
Exactly.
Oh no!
Yeah, well, I don't know. I watched one pretty interesting about Pool Boy. You know, I don't know how he kept losing his net, but she was going to help him find it.
how is she
Pizza
gonna
Man.
pay for that pizza? Yeah.
Pizza Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Her sink's broke again.
Her best friend from next door needs to come over to borrow a towel because because her shower broke,
So
but
we're-
she's in a towel.
That's some real drama.
Yeah, I need to borrow a towel. My shower broke. Oh no.
And how does this girl not have straight A's yet when she's banging all the teachers? How does she
Right.
not have so
Yeah.
many A's? I don't get it. I don't know. But
You have an A for S, Shelly.
and how?
I just finished Vice Principals. You ever watch that?
Is that
No.
a porn?
It's on HBO. It's got Danny McBride, and it's about these two.
He's hit or miss for me.
They're like assistant principals, and Bill Murray, right at the beginning, is retiring, and so they each want the job of principal, and they hate each other. So they end up hiring this other lady and bringing her in from some other place, and they're pissed off. So
You're
they
great at
team
telling
up.
stories.
They team up to like get her out, and it's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
So how many assistant principals do you need?
I don't know.
Two.
I guess two.
My school had like 5.
Really?
They had 5 assistant
I
principals.
believe so. Yeah.
Dang, that seems a little excessive.
It really does. It really does. So that's a lot. It's a lot of budget too from superintendents. Like how much do they pay these people?
How old are you to talk about budgets of school board now?
And I have no
There's
kids.
a lot of budgets with it.
You know what?
No, but they wonder why these schools are so underfunded. And you guys were complaining about how my school had a television studio, but
Yeah, well, you went to hoity-toity fucking
I did
school.
not. I went to Atlantic City High School. We were in
That
the,
sounds
That
amazing.
sounds fancy.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It just benefited from those taxes came from the casinos for a period of time until they folded. But
Yeah.
bankrupt.
My high school name was Lake Weir because it was named after this lake.
Called Lake Weir. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
it
my
was
high school was
horrible.
called? Lato High School. That's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
T Springs.
Oh. Yeah. Lato.
Falcons, right? Falcons?
Lato from Lato.
What, Falcons?
I think that's what they
Yeah,
are.
Lato Falcons.
Oh, okay. Since, we talked about everything from making movies to high school.
To the Pinellas County school budget.
Yeah. Damn
Tune in
budgets.
next week when we talk about the road work that's going between Park and 102nd.
Speaking of, when are they finishing I-4 anyway?
How about Overton? They've been fucking building Overton.
Yeah.
To everyone out there in our podcast land, Overton is a long road that goes through our entire city that's never been fixed. We've been working on it for 20 years.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Damn shame.
So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us at Killer Collab Podcasts. Joined with AJ Constantino, D'Angelo Marrero, Chris Lato from Reaper Films, and Joe Davison. As always, thank you for joining us on Killer Collab Podcasts. Have a wonderful day. Stay happy. Stay healthy. See you next week.